So binding proteins are very important when it comes to menopause. Menopause coincides with the significant reduction in the level of sex hormones. These sex hormones are normally uh, tied up in some binding proteins, the most important of which is sex hormone binding globulin, but also thyroid binding globulin is quite important. Um, and these two proteins uh, determine how much free thyroid hormone is available in your system. They do the same with sex hormones. And you can imagine that if you have a situation where you have, say, 100 molecules of these binding proteins, and then you have 50 sex hormones and 50 thyroid hormones, then the world is in good shape. You have 100 proteins, they have bound up 50 thyroids and 50 estrogens, and the world is hunky-dory. All of a sudden, you have a situation now where you have 100 proteins and you have your 50 thyroids, but instead of having 50 estrogens binding up the rest of the proteins, now you only have 10. That means you have 40 binding sites that are now open on the sex hormone binding globulin that need to be filled. Guess what fills it? The thyroid hormone. Therefore, women can go through menopause and have a low level of thyroid hormone. But when you inquire and you check their thyroid, it looks quite normal. And you can check the total hormones also, and they'll be quite normal for both the thyroid, but the free thyroid levels will be low. So menopause, in a way, creates a condition whereby folks are low in thyroid, despite the fact that their thyroid is actually perfectly normal. And why the body doesn't adjust to make up for this is not really clear. It probably is something that has to do much more with the utilization and the concentration of thyroid in the tissues than it has anything to do with the brain or the thyroid that normally control the levels of thyroid.